Look, I think it's pretty apparent by now that we're not going to keep any kind of schedule. All right? We're going to do our best. All right? We're going to do everything we can. But occasionally, stuff happens.
I don't believe in time. It's just this concept. It's a man-made concept.
Man-made concept. Yeah, so, like, basically, whenever we're like, yeah, we'll record another episode next week, who's next week are we talking about?
Right, exactly.
Really, if you think about it, if you really get down to brass tacks, what are we talking about
Like, I
here?
think weeks should be 14 days, so...
Well, I think we're still past that. I don't know for sure. Either way,
right.
Welcome to another episode of Laugh and Be Blessed with your hosts, Jake and Chia Rubel.
Hello.
Thank you, Chia, for being here.
Oh, you're welcome. I was really considering getting out in the snow and coming to my bedroom today, but it worked out.
What? I think you were trying to make a joke. I think you just tried to be funny and it didn't work.
It fell flat like your jokes.
I know what you were saying. I know what you were trying to get at.
Yeah,
is the fact that I
said, "Welcome, be here," but we're in our room.
Yeah, but there was no context, and then the way you even said it, like I want to go back and replay it because I feel like even the way you said it still didn't.
Do you know who I am? I'm replaying it, and I'll replay it later in my head tonight.
I know.
I'll think about it next week. So
you'll be
Thanks for pointing out how dumb I am.
Look, I didn't point out how dumb you are. You were just dumb, and I accept you for who you are, and I may have just shined a little bit of a light on it. Mm-hmm. I love you.
Well, we'll see.
How was your weekend?
My weekend was fabulous.
Yeah, what'd you do this weekend?
I went to Gutty's Comedy Club.
Oh, yeah?
And I went Friday and Saturday night. I watched a really good show. The headliner was amazing. I might have taken him home with me. It's a pretty good looking headliner.
You know that I headlined Gutty's 2 weeks ago, right? Like, who are you talking about? No, honestly, so before we really get into the episode, I do want to say thank you to everyone who listens to the podcast who came out to Gutty's Comedy Club in Indiana this weekend. I was very excited to see how many people who listen to the podcast showed up.
Yeah, I was too.
Tons of people. There were so many tie-dye shirts. That's the most tie-dye shirts that have been in one place when there wasn't weed around. And I don't know if there was weed around, but it definitely wasn't out in the open.
Right.
So I don't know what's going on in people's pockets. But it was so much fun. I had a great time. I want to say thank you to Gutty's Comedy Club for a fantastic weekend. It was my first time headlining a comedy club. I mean, technically, I kind of co-headlined a little bit with my man AJ in Florida, but that was a completely different thing.
Yeah.
Like, we did a two-man show together. That was completely different. Two-man show sounds so dirty. Whenever I'm like, we did a two-man show.
It didn't until you said that.
It's private. You had to pay extra. But, man, we had so much fun. This weekend was great. We had Brad Rigler was the host. Randall Newsom from Channel 8 News did a guest spot. A buddy of mine, Von Michael, came and did the feature. It was so much fun. Like, I felt like everybody was great. So many good comedians. Everybody who showed up was super nice. And we have new T-shirts. I sold some new T-shirts.
Yes, they're nice.
They're fantastic. I love them. The way that I got my new shirts is because what I was just in, and I haven't talked about this, but I was just in Fort Wayne, Indiana, with Jason Mewes and AJ Wilkerson, and we had such a good time there. Like, we were at this new comedy club. I was just doing a guest spot with AJ. Luckily, though, we had such a good time that at the end of the show, Jason Mewes asked AJ if he thought that I would be willing to go on the road with him.
Yes.
So, as long as everything goes according to plan, I will be the host of all the shows for Jason Mewes coming up in the near future. So, it'll be
exciting.
Me, AJ, and Jason Mewes. So,
yes.
AJ and DJ. So, it's J, AJ, and DJ. So, and we might have a DJ. I don't know. But we're going to have a lot of fun. I'm so excited. I will have some dates for that shortly on my website, jakerubel.com. So if you're interested in any of that, go there. I know we'll be in Louisville coming up, Tulsa, Oklahoma, and we've got some stuff, I think, around Seattle for sure. Also, me and AJ have like this cool little like college tour that we're about to do, and while we're doing that, we're going to be trying to hit up some comedy clubs as well. So I know we got like Pennsylvania, New York, different places coming up. Very excited. This is going to be such a fun year. But the shirts so we were at the shows in Fort Wayne, and AJ ran out of shirts, and it just so happened that there was a guy that was standing right in front of us, and he kind of turned around and was like, I make shirts. And we worked out a deal, and he ended up making AJ some shirts. They were so great. He had them ready like the next day at the show, so AJ could sell some stuff. Him and his wife are fantastic. They were wonderful. Ended up, I sent them over kind of a couple of ideas for a design for a new shirt. They put it together super quick, made me some shirts, some hats,
and they're
some koozies.
so cool.
They are nice shirts.
Yeah.
So, I think that we posted a picture on our Facebook group, Jake and She is Blessed One. So, and the cool thing is on the front of the shirt it says Blessed One.
Yep.
So that's the thing is like I'm pretty sure that the shirts I sell at my shows are more for the podcast than my show. Like I really feel like they are. So it's fine.
I mean, but someone who's been to the show that's not listened to podcasts, if they ask what that's about, then you're like,
the podcast.
The podcast.
Yeah, jump in there. But I do want to plug, not like plug. That's always a weird thing. It's like, I'm going to plug Pete. But the company, it's Testify Marketing Media. And if you need like shirts, hats, koozies, anything like that, they do fantastic work. I know they have a design team that they work with. They can do just about anything. So hit them up. For sure.
And the shirts feel so nice.
They feel great. He got them to me very quickly. I'm very happy. Like it was a great time. And they showed up. They came to the show tonight. They showed up. Like they came out of the show tonight. So we got to hang out with them a little bit. I love whenever I know a bunch of people that are at my shows. The bad thing about it is I always feel like, oh man, did I say bye to them? Did I thank them for coming?
Yeah.
I always feel real bad about it. So if you came to the show and you felt like at the end of the show I snubbed you, it's because I'm too good for you now. No, I'm just kidding. It's like legit.
No, I think when you're, by the table selling merch, people know like
it's hard.
I'm gonna have to go up there and wait.
Yeah.
So if they're in a hurry to leave, then they understand.
And no hard feelings on my like if you just bailed at the end of the show, totally fine. You should have bought a shirt, but whatever. I guess my kids won't eat this week. No, but I mean
I ain't feeding them.
It was seriously, I had so much fun. And then next weekend, I'm going to be in Minnesota at Gutty's Comedy Club. So if you're anywhere around Edina, Minnesota, please come out to Gutty's Comedy Club. It's in the Edina Mall, I think. I don't know what the name of the mall is for sure, but it's in the mall in Edina. Which, like, if I'm saying it's in a mall in Minnesota, of course it is. Minnesota has
malls is there?
So many. Like, it's ridiculous.
I'm excited to go. We get to go
so
with
many.
you, and I'm really excited.
Yeah, I'm very happy that you guys are coming. It's gonna make it a lot better. Because sometimes, like, if I go do shows by myself like this, after the show, I just go back to the hotel room and just sit there and cry. No, I just go back. Like, I'll get food, I'll go back, and I'll eat some food and watch TV. Sometimes that's nice, because sometimes it is nice to have like just a little Jake time.
I know. I know.
You want a little Jake time? You're getting a little personal. Oh, no. I took the sexy headliner home, and I'm going to get a little Jake time.
I meant I know how it feels to get some alone time.
Yeah. That's why you like when I leave.
So here's the thing. I love your job now, but used to when you had a regular day job through
you
the
were
week,
always here.
It didn't matter if I'd work like a lot of overtime or stuff, because I knew there's at least 1 or 2 days in the week where I could recoup and then get stuff done. I can't do that anymore, and lots of times, like when you're out on the road, either I'm going with you or it lines up with a weekend or days when I have to work. So when you do leave, like if you leave on a Thursday and I'm off that whole weekend, I can recuperate, and then Friday I get the laundry folded, get the room all cleaned up. Once I'm all done with that, then I'm like, okay, he can come home now.
Yeah.
I don't want you gone the whole weekend.
What's funny is there's been times where, I'll call you and I'll be like, hey, I should be home in 4 or 5 hours. And you're like, oh. And I'm like, what? And you're just like, well, I mean, that's great. I miss you, but do you feel like stopping anywhere for a while?
Stop it.
Although
sometimes I'm like, ooh, I thought I had more time. There's some stuff I still need to do.
I will say this though, whenever I'm not gone or when you do leave with me, our room becomes chaotic.
Oh my God, awful in here right now.
But then, like, if I'm home for a couple weeks and you're working, like, I can get it, like, back to normal. But I immediately have to leave or it's going to happen again.
Yeah.
Like, because we'll just be like, oh, it's clean. We're good for a while.
I like how you just put a little bit of that blame on yourself for the chaos.
Look around. How many... flannel, jean jacket, jean vest, like, Grateful Dead shirt, Grateful Dead shirt.
When you're gone, like, that first, literally the first few hours, I'll just lay here. But then I'll get up and I'll start moving around and make the bed all nice and everything. If you're gone for 3 or 4 days, that bed is made constantly. Because for one, when I get under the blankets, I always sleep on your side. So my side of the bed is made constantly. I wake up, I smooth the blankets back over, and it's fine. When you're in that bed... For one, when I make the bed, there is a flat sheet, a comforter, and then there's this like thermal tie-dye blanket we have. And that'll be on the bed the entire time I'm alone. When you are alone, I don't know where the sheet or the thermal is. There's just the comforter. It is wrapped around your legs. I leave all the pillows at the head of the bed where they belong. You literally have a nest. I will come in and you will have a couple pillows behind your head. You're holding one in your arms. Your legs are all curled up. You have one between your legs. For some reason, there's one at the end of the bed.
Yeah.
And then sometimes there's one.
Just-in-case pillow.
There's sometimes one behind your back, and I have to like start digging into the nest to get a pillow and blankets for myself.
Look,
and it is complete chaos in that bed.
Look,
I don't know who you're fighting with.
Okay, there's two reasons behind this.
Okay.
All right, and number one is because it's a defense mechanism. If I build a nest and somebody breaks in, they won't know who's who. You know what I mean? They're gonna be stabbing pillows. Yeah, they'll have no idea. And number two, I'm kind of a puppy. You know, so like I'm building nests. Like whenever dogs sleep in like a litter, they all pile on each other. I'm just I'm doing that with the pillows.
I seriously will like start pulling the blanket back and think I've reached you, and it's like another pillow, and I'm like, what in the world?
Oh, so going back to where I'm going to be, the 11th and 12th of February, I'm going to be, again, I'll be at Gutty's. It's the Southdale Center Mall.
Okay.
So it's in Edina, which is just outside of Minneapolis. I would love, if anyone is even close to these shows, please come out and support this club. It's still pretty new. So we definitely want to make sure that people show up. Plus, I want to hang out with you guys. So come out to those. And then the 25th of February, I am in Springfield, Michigan at JB's Whiskey Old Style Grill.
Nice.
I was supposed to be there a few months ago, but our Jeep broke down on the way there. So this is a reschedule.
Oh, that's the reschedule.
Yep.
Okay.
So I'll be there in Springfield, Michigan. That's going to be fun. Like I love going to Michigan. Right now is a horrible time probably to go to Michigan, but whatever. And we're also going to Minnesota. It's just
I know.
Yeah. But we did go to Florida, so there was that.
Yeah.
February 26th, I will actually be in Nashville, Indiana.
Nice.
So I'm going to be at the Story Inn with a couple very funny people. Kyle Buck's going to be there. Adam Minnick's going to be there. And that's going to be a fun show. I've actually been wanting to do this show for a while. It's like a beautiful place. I've heard so many good things about it. I'm really looking forward to it. As of right now, my plan is to just go do the show and come back home. But you don't work that night. We might just get a room there. We might just go.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm just thinking like maybe we'll get a room. We'll stay at the Story Inn that night. We'll have a delicious dinner. We'll wake up.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, might just do that. And then I'm in March, the whole first week of March, I'm in Wisconsin. There's a few different dates. I'll be updating my website with where I will be, but I will be, I think, like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, in like all different locations. So going to be moving around a lot in Wisconsin in March. So that is going to be, that's all I really have right now in March. I haven't like booked that much more. There's a lot of stuff in April, but having a light March, I feel like is going to be okay because there's a lot of stuff coming up after that. So, I'm excited to be home. Very exciting news. I got to get this out there. I don't know if we've talked about this in the podcast at all. I wrote a movie.
You did.
So me and my best pal AJ, who AKA Jake's road wife, we wrote a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so 4 months ago, we were hanging out at the house, and if you don't know AJ Wilkerson, 2 things you should do. Number 1, finish this podcast. Number 2, you can go back and listen to a previous episode where AJ was on this. I believe it's called A Thruple with AJ. So you can listen to AJ, you can hear his story. He's so funny. He's so amazing. I'm in love with him. Like
he really is me.
Yeah, that's the thing, is like he is the a slightly taller, larger, hairier Chia.
Yeah. There's a few other differences.
I have never seen him with his pants on, so I don't know for sure. I don't want to just assume. Like, I don't know what's going on with his downstairs mix-up. It could be anything. But I love this guy so much. So, like, 4 months ago, we were hanging... And me and AJ just met, like, a year ago. Mm-hmm. Like, we kind of met online, which it just keeps sounding worse and worse and worse.
We met online on this app.
Yeah. It was Instagram, so we we just liked each other's comedy, and we kind of was talking through there. And then he was coming through Indiana one time, and I had a show it just lined up. He was going to be driving right by it, so he came by. We hung out for a little bit, really hit it off, and then he came. I booked a couple shows with him here in Indiana, and he came and just like stayed with us. And he lives out of his van when he's on the road. He's got an actual house now, so he's okay now. He's doing better, but he lives on the road in his van, and that's just like he does it right. Well, he parked the van here. We hung out. He was supposed to leave at like noon on like a Sunday or a Monday. I think it was Sunday. He was supposed to leave at like noon. He ended up being here till like 8 o'clock at night because we were hanging out and we started talking about this idea. Like, I was talking about how I have this idea for a movie. I want to do, like, a horror comedy movie. Mm-hmm. And he was like, dude, I want to do a movie, too, and I'm writing this other movie. And we just started, like, spitballing these ideas for shooting, like, a horror comedy movie here at my house. And, like, hours later, we kind of had, like, this whole storyline made up. So then he came back a couple times, and we would sit here and we would write. And then we really, really wanted to get the stuff done because... I don't know, I think it's okay for me to say this. No, I don't want to say it. Just in case. I'm not going to say it for sure. But I will say that there is a potential, very well-known Hollywood actor / director who is interested in directing this movie. Mm-hmm. AJ,
or at least backing it up in some way.
Yeah. Their production company is looking for new movies. They kind of like the pitch that AJ gave them. I haven't talked to them yet. Well, that's not true. I did talk to some of them. But anyways, long story short, 4 months later, on my birthday, we wrote the words, "The End." We finished the script. Aww. So now it's all about rewrites and going through and just like doing a little bit more structure. And we're doing this cool thing with the movie that was really important to us, where we're switching a lot of roles. Like in a lot of 80s movies where you'd have like a pervy guy and you would have like... like girls would be like kind of like dumb and like they're just there for skin and stuff like that. We're switching it a little bit to where like there's a pervy girl in it and there's a guy who's just there to be like the skin. You know? And but we realized, we want to make sure that the dialogue that we give the female actors in the movie is like strong, and we want everybody in the movie to like have a good, strong character. So that way when they all die, it means more. Because everyone's going to die.
You're not like, oh, thank God that person died. Side note.
The movie is called, just for the blessed ones to understand this, before we move on, the movie is called Die and Be Blessed.
Yes.
So if you like the podcast, you might not like the movie. It's not a clean movie. It's very raunchy in a lot of different areas, but we're having a lot of fun writing it, and I'm so, so blessed that AJ's a part of my life now, and that we get to do this. So what's your side note?
Okay, so now I have 2 side notes.
Oh, double.
The first one is, as of right now, it's February 6th, but you just heard Jake say that he finished the movie on his birthday, which was on the 2nd, so happy late birthday to my wonderful hubby.
Thanks. Whatever.
35.
Thanks. Yeah, you did so much for me on my birthday.
2 more years and it'll be a big deal.
Yeah, you did so much for me on my birthday.
I worked.
I was really... Yeah, that's true. You actually did a lot for me.
You're welcome. And you have presents coming. They're just not in yet.
Yeah, that's true.
And then the other side note, because you said that, so when Jake was working on the script with AJ, he was reading me some lines and stuff, and I'm, looking over his shoulder, reading along, and I said, "Die and be blessed too." Is that like a joke? Like it's going to be the second movie? And it's because I guess the software that they were using, it meant that like that was like the second computer using it.
Yeah.
But I thought it was the title of the movie, so I was like, so you're doing the sequel first?
No, but there is a sequel that as soon as we're finished with this script and we get started, we're writing the sequel
and it's
right
going to
after.
be Die and Be Blessed 1.
Yeah. No, the movie's just called Die and Be Blessed. And the sequel will be called, we'll probably do something funny with it, like dire and be blessed, or I don't know. We'll
be
something.
blessed.
Be more blessed. Still dying to be blessed. Oh, found it. Still dying to be blessed. There it is. AJ, write
You
that
heard
down.
it here for the first
You
time.
broke my necklace.
Uh-oh. I don't even know how I did that. Oh my God.
I've had that for years.
I don't know how I did that, babe. It's been on my neck.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways. No, you wore this out is what happened.
Nope.
Are you
Just put it down. Just put it down. It's fine. Just put it down. It's fine. Put it down.
You can
Stop
keep my
messing with
hair
it.
tied.
No, I don't want it.
I forgot I even had it on.
Yeah, it's fine. You just, you ruined my life. It's not a big deal.
Oh, I found it.
Yeah.
I found the pieces.
You found all of them?
Yeah. Right?
Nope.
Is there a piece missing?
Yep. There's still, that piece is missing. There's another one of these. And
I found
another
this.
one of those. Yep, keep going. There's two more pieces.
Okay.
One more. This is great for the podcast.
I'm so sorry.
It's fine. It's not a big deal.
Like
I can make another
person.
one. I can make another one. It's
Did
no
you
big
make
deal.
that one? No.
With Kurt. Kurt made some of it for me, and then I made a different necklace for it.
I'm
so
sorry.
There's one more piece. You're missing that other piece.
Okay, I'll find it.
Anyway, so yeah, very excited about the movie. And
Found it.
Good. I'm very excited about the movie. It's something that I've always wanted to write a movie. I love movies. Anyone who listens to this podcast knows I love movies. So to be able to write one and just see it coming together is so much fun. I had so much fun writing it, and I can't wait to actually start filming. So just keep your eyes open for that. We should have a trailer for it actually in the next couple months, because we're going to try to work with this production company, but we're also more than likely going to have to do a GoFundMe for it. Mm-hmm. So we're going to put a trailer up, and then we'll be looking for producers for it and everything.
Nice.
So really, really excited for it. Okay, so here's our favorite part of the show.
Well, hold on. I just want to say, the thing with the necklace happened because I think it got caught in one of these mini laundry baskets that are over here. So had the room been clean, that wouldn't have happened. So organize your life.
How are you blaming me for that?
No, I'm saying other people keep your life organized, or you could break precious necklaces.
It's hemp. I will make another one. You found all the pieces. I mean, yeah, it breaks my heart, and I've had that every time that I've been on stage. I've wore that necklace, but it's fine.
We'll fix it before next weekend.
It's fine. I'm not good at comedy anymore. Oh. That was my Horcrux, and you broke it. I'm partially
Wait, who
dead.
did you kill?
Huh?
Who did you kill?
Oh, I'm going to tell you on the podcast?
I mean, that's how you get a Horcrux.
Anyways,
that's the only way.
Can we move on? Leave the necklace alone. It's not a big deal. You're a horrible person. You didn't give me anything for my birthday and broke stuff. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Stop it. Do you want to talk about happy things?
Yes.
Let's talk about books.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Ooh, let me get my bag.
Yeah. So we've been book crazy. January. Well, I've been book crazy, buying wise, in January, and also leading into February, spending way too much money. So we always discuss this hey, Jake's a drug addict. But my addiction has changed again, and I believe I talked about it a little bit on the last podcast about how I felt it starting to change from board games to comic books again.
Yeah, at least it's nothing new.
Yeah, so we all know that every couple of years, whatever I'm addicted to slightly starts changing. And the thing is, though, is I keep my previous addictions, so I still love everything else that's going on. But here lately, I've really been into graphic novels. So not just comic books. I do have some comics that I've been buying, but most of it has been graphic novels. And I'm sure a lot of you, I'm losing a lot of people right now because they don't care. But you watch Marvel movies and love that, so why can't I just read about it? You know, what are you doing, Chia?
I just wanted to see something real quick. I was looking for something.
You're a co-host.
I know, but I'm excited right now.
I feel like you're a no-host right now.
I need to find something, but I'll find it later.
Okay, Chia is killing it again at reading.
Yes,
She's doing very good.
Okay.
So I'll let you go ahead and get started. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so.
You're so excited.
I have read 9 books this year already. So good. Okay, so I talked about the Among the Hidden series, which apparently I am not the only one who loves this series.
Who was it? Who said something?
Veronica.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yes.
Which, our Rubadue family was at the show this weekend.
So I just finished book 5.
I do a Rubadue. That sounds weird. I shouldn't have said that.
I just finished book 5, so now I'm on to book 6, which is Among the Enemy. I haven't started yet, but I'm getting ready to.
How many is in the series?
7.
So you're on the last one? Or no, you're on 6.
6, yeah.
That's how math works. And that's
right,
math.
Right, because there used to be
Shut
9.
up. Shut up. I don't smoke weed anymore for a reason.
Okay. So anyways, and then
I like how you do an inside joke. Like no one knows what you're doing.
They can.
Just move on.
Okay. So, and then my romance dirty novels that I love to read. There's a author named Lexi Ryan, and I read all of her books through
Sexy Lexi's what they call her.
through ebooks. I have a friend that I used to work with at my previous job who absolutely loves them. We've been Facebook messaging each other about them a lot lately. And
that's so funny to me. That's so funny to me.
Why?
So you guys like compare notes, like, oh, what'd you think of this? Like, I like this book. Did you like this book?
Yeah.
Like, what if dudes did that? Because that's lady porn. Like, what you're talking about is you're talking about word pornography. Like, it's 100% all it is. You've read me some of the stuff in there, and I'm like, that's worse than some stuff that they show on TV. Like, that's rough, right? Could you imagine if dudes did that? They started, like, a porn book club?
I don't know, do they?
I hope not. God, that sounds so horrible. That sounds like the worst place to hang out. That is going to be creepy.
Wait,
all the lights are dim.
I have literally been with a group of guys and then talk about the different interests they have.
Okay, I understand that, Chia, but what I'm saying is like you have like this weird
No.
like literal not literal but literacy porn club going on, where I'm saying like it would be weird if there was a group of dudes who met in like a musty basement with like the lights dim.
Why does
and
it have to
everyone's
be
wearing
musty?
because it's creepy and no one's gonna show up if it's not a creepy setting. You expect you think they're gonna show up, they're just gonna drink coffee in like a church parking lot?
I literally was sitting there thinking, why can't you guys just sit around and drink coffee and talk about, well, you want to know what I watched this week?
Man, that's so weird. I'll tell you why guys can't do that. Because guys are disgusting, and the stuff that they look at is horrible. It's disgusting.
Then why do they do it?
I don't know. I'm not a guy.
So anyways, I read 5 of the books. 5 of the 9 I've read have been Among the Hidden books, and then the rest have all been Lexi Ryan books. This is how me and my friend both got started. Scrolling on Facebook one day, and I don't know if any of you get those like little ads, like book teasers, but I'd see them on there and I usually ignored it. Well, one caught my eye and I had like the first 3 chapters, so I'm on Facebook reading this book and I get done with the first 3 and I was like, oh my gosh, what happens? Do they end up together? So the ad was for this book app called Kiss, and it's all romance books. So I get
Kiss Hub.
I get
It's called Book Hub.
If you're laughing, you know.
Yeah, you're a prevert.
And so I finished that book and I just kept getting books from it. Well, it doesn't have all of her books on there. So I was talking to my friend, and she just uses her book app, like the Amazon book app on her phone. So I got that, and the books are fairly cheap. I mean, I bought one for like 99 cents. There's
Until I get you.
a series of them. There's only
You're
3.
paying
It's like
for it?
$8.99.
There's like websites where it's free.
It's called a library.
Oh, that's what the library is. You can get anything you want there. Library's book hub. That's what a library is. A library is just a book hub.
No, I pay good money for my stuff. I get the real good stuff. So hopefully by the end of this month, I will be done with the Among the Hidden series. I made a list of books, my to-be-read list this year.
Yeah, good luck finding it.
And I have no idea where it is. So
Well,
I'm
stop
really
looking right now. Do the thing we're doing right now. Focus.
I'm really disappointed. However, we went to the book shelter today, and I rescued some books.
We went to the bookstore. We went to the bookstore.
But it was half-price books, and that means they were unwanted.
She refers to half-price books as the book shelter, and she calls all of her books that she gets there her rescues.
And I'm giving them.
She came up to me. I was looking around at books, and she comes running up with an armful of books, and she goes, "They're just perfect. Then look at them. We just have to rescue them. We need to give them a good home. No one loves them."
They will have a forever home here because I don't get rid of books.
No, we definitely do not get
I could
rid of
have
books.
stacks and stacks, and I don't get rid of them. So the books I got today, I'm pretty sure somewhere I had the first Maze Runner book, although I really...
You do. I think Jasmine has it.
This might be a different edition, so I might need to go get the... Because they need to go together.
No, I agree with that. I'm not going to make fun of you for that. I feel the same way.
I got the second book, which is The Scorched Trials. I've not read Maze Runner. I plan on it. But if I really like it, I need to have the second one.
No, for sure, yeah.
And then
even if you don't like it, I mean, it's still, you got to complete the set.
And then I got the first book in the Divergent series, which is Divergent.
Oh. The series starts with its namesake.
And then, I actually don't know what the official name of this series
Song
is.
of Fire and Ice.
Okay, Song of Fire and Ice, which most people know as Game of Thrones. I have listened to the first 2 books.
See, I read the first 2 books on digital.
So, but I bought them. I bought a Game of Thrones and a Clash of Kings. So eventually
So they just renamed the first one? Okay, because wasn't the first one called A Song of Fire and Ice?
No, that's what the series is called, but it was always called A Game of Thrones.
Gotcha.
So I bought them because I actually want to read them. I liked listening to the first one. The second one, I started getting really confused because a lot of the names are similar, and without being able to see their spelling, I was like, who just died? What happened?
Yeah, I had a much easier time reading that one because I actually read it. Because we were reading it at the same time, I think.
And I showed a lot of restraint because almost this entire series was there, as well as the Divergent and Maze Runner books.
How you didn't just buy them all.
It was really hard. I felt really guilty for leaving them behind.
No one's gonna love them.
I hope
that was a good half-price book. It was in Greenwood.
Yeah.
The one in Bloomington, man, I just feel like it's not that great anymore. I don't know if we're going on the wrong days or something.
I don't know, but we need to go back to this one in like a few weeks or something.
Okay.
Because
I will
rescue their brothers and sisters.
Yeah, I have no problem going back.
So, just think about that when you're all out there looking for books.
We'll take them. You're trying to get people to.
No. I mean, I'll take them.
No, you're trying to get people to foster your books, like to take them in for a little bit until you're ready for them.
Yeah. No. Just remember that it's okay to shop, but sometimes it's better to adopt.
I mean,
it doesn't matter. Get your book however you can.
Yeah, honestly, I'm kind of the same way. Like, so since I'm on this kick of like I want comic books. Well, and it's not even been comic books. Like, I did go to New Comic Book Day, and I did buy some new comics. Mm-hmm. It was my birthday, so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go do this. Which, for my birthday, that's what I did. I woke up, and I would say in the morning, but we all know that that's not true. It was in the afternoon. I woke up, and I went to the comic book store here in Bloomington, Vintage Phoenix. I grabbed the new comics that I wanted, and I left there, and I went to half-price books. They didn't have anything for me, unfortunately. But I did buy some single-issue comics there, actually.
Oh, yeah?
So I did, yeah, that's where I found all your Batgirl and Birds of Prey comics was there. So I actually bought Chia comics while I was there, mostly. And then I went to a Chinese buffet and got it to go. Like, I went around the buffet and, like, loaded up this to-go container. I came home and I sit in the driveway and ate my food and watched the Book of Boba Fett in the Jeep. And it was beautiful. I loved it. So far I've read 7 books. Now, again, we've discussed this. We've discussed this before. And I don't care if anyone wants to give me flack and say because I'm reading graphic novels, it's not as much as Chia's books. It doesn't count as much. Because my graphic novels sometimes are like 300-400 pages long. So I don't care what you say. It counts. All right, so get off my back and stop sending me emails about it.
I 100% think it counts.
No one sent me an email. I'm just kidding. No one knows our email. jakeandchia@gmail.com. So...
Can they find a link at jakerubel.com?
Oh, they could do that. Yeah. Or they could just, like, reach out to us at Jake and Cheese Blessed Ones on Facebook. That's the best way. Either way. So, the first one, and I think I talked about the first 2, Something is Killed in the Children, Volume 1, and then I read Preacher, Volume 2. The Preacher series I really like. If you like the TV show at all, the series is fantastic. So, then I read Saga, Volume 1 by Brian K. Vaughan, and I'm new to this. I've never read this before. It's very interesting. It's pretty far out there, and I'm liking it. It makes sense that I would like something that's pretty far out.
Yeah.
So then I read The Walking Dead Volume 16. I plan on finishing this series like this year.
I think you can.
Easily. Yeah. Easily finish them. Because I'm on 16. I think there's 32 trade paperbacks in the series.
And what did you find at Half Price Books?
I found... I have all the way up to 26 now, I think. So, all the way up to Volume 26. Then I read Flash Volume 1, Lightning Strikes Twice, which is like the Flash Rebirth, so this is the Flash after the New 52. It was very confusing, because there was a lot of stuff going on that I feel like I should have, like, finished reading the Flash of the New 52 before jumping into this.
Oh.
That's my gripe with like, superhero comics like Marvel and DC. That's my biggest gripe with them, is that they reboot stuff so much that it is, even for someone who follows comics even a little bit, like, it's kind of hard to know where to jump in.
Yeah.
And sometimes you just have to be like, I'm just jumping in and not going to know what's going on, but eventually I'll just get caught up.
Yeah.
And, like, that's sometimes, if you want superhero comics, that's just what you have to do sometimes. So I read that, and it was decent. It wasn't great by any means, I feel like, but one of my favorite stories was Flashpoint. And I think you even read Flashpoint, and it was really good.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't mean you even read. Like, Chia reads comic books, too, so I didn't mean that in, like, a condescending way. But it was, you don't read, like, a lot of the same comics I read.
Yeah.
But Flashpoint was, like, a really, really good book. I loved that. I read that book in one sitting when we were in Tennessee. We were on vacation. I bought it at a comic book store and then sat down and read it in the cabin, like, instead of doing vacation-y things. Like, I really enjoyed it.
Which one was that?
That was on where William and Caitlin was with us. Okay. So it was like the whole
family, yeah.
So then I read Silver Surfer Volume 1 New Dawn by Dan Slott. This is the first Silver Surfer comic that I've ever read, and I'm going to say this. I thought that I would like Silver Surfer, because the thing about him is that as like a character, and usually in his stories, from what everybody says, it's very cosmic. Like, that's the best way of putting it. It's very cosmic. He's a dude who's completely encased in silver, flying around a surfer all through space. Like, that's pretty rad. But it's very, like, the guys who created Silver Surfer were on acid. Like, they were very trippy. So, like, it's a very trippy character.
Nice.
So, of course, I'm going to dig it. Like, I'm going to be into it. There was a lot of very, like, childish stuff in this, though, that I did not like.
Oh.
There was, like, at one point, Silver Surfer's fighting this guy, and he, like, pokes him in the eyes, like the Three Stooges, and the guy that he poked in the eye is just like, oh, wise guy, eh? And I was like, why did you put... the whole rest of the book is very serious. I mean, as serious as, like, a dude encased in silver flying on the surfboard could be. But, like...
It's dramatic.
It's a good story. There's a lot going on. Mm-hmm. And it's, like, again, very trippy and stuff. And then they put that in, and I'm like, okay, that made me almost hate the writer. I really did not like that. I don't know why they did it. It did not fit in. So I'm going to continue to read Silver Surfer. I'm going to get some more comics. I want to go back and get, like, I've been really into getting You can tell how passionate I am. Like, you can tell, like, this is my thing right now. I'm addicted. It's like I just took a snort of comics.
Well, that'll happen when you get rescues.
Yeah, that's true. I've been getting these very large collections of comics, like the Omnibus. So it's where they'll collect, like, an entire run of a comic in a very large hardcover book, and they look beautiful on a shelf. I really like them. So I want to get, like, Silver Surfer Volume 1, like the original, and go back and read through those. And a lot of times that's the only way you can get old comics, because I mean, otherwise they're so expensive. So yeah, that's how I feel about that. Then I read Superman Unchained by Scott Snyder. Scott Snyder is one of my favorite comic book writers. He wrote the Batman New 52 is kind of where, like, I really found him. I feel like I really like the stories that he did. He's also got, like, American Vampire is a story he wrote. He's got a bunch of really, really great stories. I just like his writing a lot, and they paired him up with Jim Lee as the illustrator, and I love Jim Lee's art. Like, it's so good. But it's Superman Unchained, which is like a 9-issue run that they did during the New 52. And it was good. I don't think it was, like, fantastic. I thought that the ending was kind of, like, lackluster. Like, it was just kind of like, oh, okay, like, it's over. Like, I didn't feel like, oh, man, that was a great wrap-up to this story. So, I've got a lot of to-be-read books right now on my list. And guess what I still haven't finished? The Shining.
Really?
I've still not finished The
Shining.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, I know.
You're so bad. I don't know how you can handle that.
Look at my stack beside the bed. Like, there's like 23 books
I'm on
there.
3 books. Like I said, I'm currently reading the 6th book of the Among the Hidden. I'm reading one of my romance books, and I'm listening to the 6th Harry Potter book. I've not been listening to it that much.
I
usually only
audiobooks either.
listen to audiobooks when I'm in the car, and so I have like 20 minutes to work, 20 minutes back. That's usually the breakdown. I go to the gym, a couple of days a week, and that adds some time. But lots of times I'll just listen to music or something, or not watch, but listen to a TV show that I've watched a million times, like Psych.
Yeah. Yeah, you told somebody that a while back, and they're like, "What do you do?" And you're just like, "I listen to TV while I drive." And they're like, "How do you listen to TV?" And you're like, I plug it into my phone, and I push play on my phone, and I set my phone in the passenger seat. Like, I listen to a show.
I mean, I don't know how many times I've watched Psych and Monk that, I can just listen to it. Yeah. I know what's happening. The dead air, I know what they're doing. I know exactly how they're creeping around a corner.
Yeah.
I don't need to watch it anymore.
Yeah, you just get it. Yeah, you know it. I've been watching some pretty good stuff lately.
Okay. Before you say this, we talked about a movie, and we couldn't remember the name, and I forgot the name again.
What movie is it?
It was Lone Star State of Mind.
Lone Star State of Mind.
That's what we were trying to figure out the last podcast.
That movie is so good.
Yes.
And what's funny is I just found out a couple days ago it's AJ's favorite movie.
That's so crazy.
Like, legit his favorite movie. He's like, my dream is to do a sequel. He's like, that's what I want to do. He's like, I want to do a sequel where, like, we catch up with them in LA and everything and see, like, how they're living, and that, like, Junior is in trouble again and, like, has to go to LA to live with them and all that. And I was like, dude, in. Let us pitch this.
It has Joshua Jackson in it, which was one of my first loves.
Yeah. What's the dude's name? Garth.
I don't know.
His name's Garth in Supernatural, but his name's Junior in this.
Yeah.
He's the guy from, like, New Guy and Road Trip. He was in an episode of Creep Show.
He's so good.
Really good episode of Creep Show. He's so funny. He was My Name is Earl. Like, man, I really like him.
Ryan Hurst is in it.
Ryan Hurst does not look like Ryan Hurst at all, though.
DJ Quayles.
DJ Quayles, yeah.
Yeah, that's
man, he's like underrated, I feel like. Mm-hmm. And he's still good. Like, he was in Creep Show, the new season. Well, I don't know if it was the new season, but he was in an episode of Creep Show and it was great. Mm-hmm. Loved it. Fantastic.
Garth is my favorite character of his ever, though.
Yeah. Oh, me too. Yeah. He's just such a fun little werewolf.
So that's the other thing I've been doing is I am rewatching Supernatural.
I got you into a show, though.
You did.
Last night.
You did.
So I got you.
I'll finish it.
I got you into a show. What's it called? So the show is called Nosferatu.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if we've talked about this on the show,
Okay.
but we will.
So this show, this is how it's spelled. It's spelled like a license plate, okay? It's NOS, the number 4, the letter A, and the number 2. I had seen this advertised, like when I'd go in patients' rooms and something, and they'd be watching AMC, I'd see like, quick little trailer advertisement for it. And I was like, oh, I wonder what that's about. But as most people know, Nosferatu was like the very first cinema vampire.
Yeah.
Okay? So Jake's telling me about this show.
Because I was obsessed with it. I loved that show.
And he binged it, and he was like, yeah, it's called like NOS 4A2. And I was like, yeah, Nosferatu. And he goes, no, it's NOS 4... Oh. Well, that makes sense.
I had no idea, dude.
He said, because there's vampires in it. And I was like,
no
oh
clue.
my God.
They're not, they're vampires, but they're not. It's like a weird thing.
Like
you'll get it whenever you watch it.
I never even heard what it was, but I just had read it like on the TVs. And I knew what it was.
As dumb as we are, our kids have no chance. I'm just kidding. No, if you've not watched it and you like supernaturally stuff at all, it's so good. Chia got hooked on the first episode. We just couldn't find anything to watch last night, and I seen it. And I was like, have you watched this yet? She goes, no. And I was like, well, you're about to.
There's like 10 episodes in season 1, and I'm almost finished with episode 5.
Yeah.
And I seriously just started last night.
Yeah, like that's what we'll watch when we get in bed tonight.
And it's based off a book by
Joe Hill.
Joe Hill, who is
basically a clone of Stephen King.
Who is his dad.
Yeah, like he looks like him. Me and AJ had this conversation the other day. We were talking about different authors. And we were talking about R.L. Stine, and I said, do you know what R.L. Stine is? And I said, have you ever seen the movie Multiplicity? And he goes, yeah. I said, you remember how, like, in Multiplicity, Michael Keaton cloned himself, and then the clone cloned himself, so that clone was a little off? And he was like, yeah. And I said, I think that Stephen King cloned himself when we got Dean Koontz, and then Dean Koontz cloned himself, and then it was a little off, so we got R.L. Stine. Like, I think that's what happened.
Oh.
He wasn't even listening. It's such a fake
was.
laugh. No, people know you're real.
I was, but I was looking at this too because we're talking about Joe Hill.
There, that's a real one. There it is. I got it out.
Shut up. So I actually really want to read Joe Hill books because I like Nosferatu. He also wrote Horns, which is a great movie with Daniel Radcliffe.
Yeah.
Lock and Key. I have not started that series
which
yet.
Blows my mind that you've not watched it.
I know.
Like, this is going to be like Lock and Key is going to be something that you are going to be obsessed with. It's so good.
And that's a graphic novel, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And we don't even have them. I know. I haven't been seeing
And
them.
then you really want me to read Heart-Shaped Box. Is there a TV or movie adaptation of that yet?
Not that I know of.
Okay.
But Heart-Shaped Box is like, that was the first I was introduced to Joe Hill. And I didn't even know at the time that it was Stephen King's son until I read the book. And then I looked him up and I was like, oh, no wonder he's such a good writer. Like, because it is really, really good.
Yeah.
And that's a good audiobook. Like, I did the audiobook of that, and it was fantastic. Okay. So I also watched the Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah, I watched a few of the episodes with you.
Dude.
I'm always behind you with the Star Wars shows. However, when Obi-Wan comes out,
yeah, that'll be
you're not allowed to watch that without me.
Okay. Yeah, I don't cheating. Want to. I don't want to. Okay. I want to watch that with you. I can't. You're gonna wiggle and shake and jump so much.
Oh my God.
You're gonna slap me a lot, and you're gonna be like, "Look at that!
Yeah.
Look at it! He's right there."
There's only gonna be one disappointment because of the time period that it's coming in.
No Jar Jar Binks.
No. Really?
Sorry.
Wow.
What?
No, my favorite Jedi. I need something on him.
Yeah. And who knows? Maybe they're gonna work. I mean, they're bringing everything back.
Notice you didn't say his name.
Liam Neeson's.
What's his name?
Qui-Gon Jinn.
Yeah. Well, I was worried you
didn't know it.
Had a brain fart right there.
Oh no! I just Liam Neeson's.
Yeah. Qui-Gon Jinn.
Yeah, Liam Neeson's.
And he's the best Jedi ever, and his name is so fun to say. Qui-Gon Jinn.
Yeah, come on, you're being racist. No, I'm just kidding.
Against the Jedi?
Yeah. No, the reason I think I like him so much is he's a little bit of a rebel.
Yeah.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
Because, you know, the rebels and everything. But, like, he's a little bit of a rebel, like, against the Jedi Council.
Like the Order. He's like,
just kind of like, nah, I'm going to do my thing.
You guys are getting a little too, you know, political.
Yeah, we're going to do our thing.
Yeah.
We're just going to do our thing. Now, I will say that if you like Star Wars at all, the Book of Boba Fett was so good.
Mm-hmm.
The second episode is killer.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my Lanta. Oh my Banta. Well, Bantha. But it's so... Oh, you like that? Oh, my Bantha. I want to start saying that. I love you, you geek.
It's a good joke.
Thank you. I make money doing it. I loved it. The thing is, if you're not really into the Book of Boba Fett very much, but you love The Mandalorian, still watch it, because the last couple episodes that I've seen was basically like Mandalorian 0.5.
Yeah.
So it's
they go together.
Good. Yeah, definitely. It's
they
good.
really do. And if you haven't seen Mandalorian, you need to watch it.
I was surprised how many people were complaining. They're like, "Oh, I thought we were watching the Book of Boba Fett. I didn't know that we were watching Mandalorian." And I'm like, you're a piece of garbage. If it wasn't for the Mandalorian, we never would have got the Book of Boba Fett. Like, we got it because of it.
Yeah.
So, shut up.
And there was a nice little nod to episode 1.
Yeah, I don't really want to spoil anything.
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil anything. No spoilers. But there is, I would just say this, there's a part where someone, maybe Mando, is flying through some canyons. I'm not going to say where or anything. But he goes around this corner, and if you look, there is something on the right...
Like some rubble.
On the right side of the screen that is it's a very cool Easter egg for people who love Star Wars.
Yeah.
It was really... I paused it and was like, look at that! Look at that, dude! And she was like, what?
I didn't know.
It was so
I didn't pay
man.
that close attention to episode 1.
What else have we watched? I rewatched all the Kevin Smith movies. Mm-hmm. Because, you know, I'm just hanging out with Jason Mewes every now and then. So, I like
we rewatched Method of the Madness.
I love that movie.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
That movie is like, if you don't know about Method and the Madness and you like Kevin Smith movies, watch this. Mm-hmm. It's like
But this is more of a Jason Mewes movie.
Yes,
yeah.
But like... There's still, like, Kevin Smith is in it and everything, but they play themselves in it.
Yeah.
It's Jason Mewes and Kevin Smith. It's so good, and, like, there's so many things that happen in it. Like, towards the end of the movie, the end of the movie, you're just like, Jason? What did you do? I love it, though.
It's great.
And he directed it, you know, so I think that's fantastic. It's a really good movie, so definitely check it out. Rewatch Reboot, you know, James Silent Bob Reboot. I think that movie's good. Like I
all
love
their movies are good.
Honestly, you know what one of my favorite Kevin Smith movies is?
Huh.
Red State.
Oh, I love Red State.
Man, Red State is so good. That is such a good movie. If you're somebody who likes like true crime documentaries and stuff, and if you liked what is it? What am I thinking of? Like Waco, the Waco thing.
Oh, yeah.
What was his name? Like David...
I don't know.
I don't know. David Koresh? David Koresh?
I'm looking it up.
I don't think it was Koresh. Although, he was caressing.
The Waco Siege.
Yeah, what was his name? I think it's David Koresh. You're taking a long time.
Hold on.
You're not gonna... Am I right?
A religious sect, Branch Davidians, but I can't see who started it.
I think it's Davidians.
Davidians?
Yeah, I think it's Davidians.
Maybe. Yeah,
anyway.
David Koresh.
Yeah, I thought so.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm very good. If you like that story, which is okay, hold on.
Oh my God, this really cool thing happened in Waco. So this guy, he tricked all these people and having this like off-grid religious thing, and the FBI just went and tore them to shreds.
Hold
it was
on,
so cool.
Do you know the story?
Yes.
Do you know what else he did?
No.
No one... The Lord told him that none of the men could have sex. They had to be celibate.
Yeah.
But he could.
Yeah.
So
that's what they all say, Jake.
Yeah, I know. So, like, he was laying down with all the wives, and then that wasn't enough after a while, and he was like, what's your daughter up to? Like, creepy, dude. So,
that's what they all do.
So, like, a lot of people are always just like, man, the government had no right to go in there. And I'm like, for what they did, I agree with, but at the same time...
The guy was...
There was some stuff going down that somebody had to put a stop to, like, for sure. I don't think they did it the right way, obviously, because tons of people died.
Yeah.
So maybe don't do it like that. Including the kids.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying, like, if you like that, if you're really into it. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not trying
if
to be
you're
creepy.
interested in these things.
If these things interest you, if you're just like, oh, the human experience is very weird, and there's a lot of creepy people out there, watch Red State. That's all I'm trying to say, is that it's so good, and it super reminds me of that meets like the Westboro Baptist Church and like maybe a couple other things thrown in there. But man, it's so good.
Yeah.
Like so underrated.
Yeah.
Frustratingly underrated. Another movie that's frustratingly underrated that gets a lot of flack is Tusk.
Yeah.
Like,
Tusk is good.
Tusk is good if you go into it knowing what you're going into.
Yeah.
You're not going into a serious movie.
No, this is not a serious horror movie.
Right. This is like, I feel like it was more of like a throwback to like campy horror movies.
Yeah.
To where it is creepy and there's a lot of weird stuff going on. And it is scary in a lot of ways. But it's also like tongue-in-cheek in a ton of ways. And the way that he came up with that was... on the podcast, he's seen an article about a guy who wanted to pay somebody basically to come, like, pretend to be a walrus or something like that. And he thought it was hilarious and wrote a movie about an idea he had on a podcast that he thought was funny when he was high. He made the movie. Who cares if it did great? Who cares if he liked it? The man did it.
Yeah.
Like, come on, give him props, man. That is dope to me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's dope. I mean, the dope had a lot to do with it, but man, it was so good. It's not like a movie that I'm like, oh, let's go back and watch Tusk a bunch of times, but I liked it. Another movie that I'm frustrated about is Zack and Mary Make a Porno.
Why didn't that do better?
The name. I guarantee it was the name. I guarantee that the name is why it didn't sell very good. But that movie... like,
it's so good.
Okay, let's be real about it. The movie... obviously, it's about people making a porno. So, like, how much heart can that movie have? A ton!
It has a lot of heart.
That's what's crazy about it. It's like, the acting is superb in it. The jokes are perfect. There's so many funny things in it. And it's got, like, a heartwarming story in it. Like, it was so good. People better shut up about Kevin Smith. I love him. I'm sick of him, man.
Well, it still, like, baffles me to this day, especially now that you've... done a show with Jason, and I'm like, yeah, he did a show with Jason Mewes. I'm like, oh yeah, who's that? And I'm like, it's Jay from Jay and Silent Bob, you know, Kevin Smith movies. And they're like, I don't know if I've seen any of those. And I'm like,
punch him in the face.
I'm like sitting there naming them off on my fingers. I'm like, Clerks, Dogma, Moritz, Chainsaw Navy, Red State, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. None of these are clicking with you.
Those people don't need to be around us.
Still so baffled how Kevin Smith is not a household name.
Seriously,
is it because
at least for our age?
Is it because he was our? Well, maybe that's why. Is because either the people our age I'm talking to.
There's got to be at least like, so to me, I feel like there's at least like 10 to 15 years.
Yeah.
Right. Like we're probably like towards the middle or the beginning of it, but like how? Yeah, I'm the same way. Like, because the people that get it though. Here's the thing: the people that get it, get it.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Like when I posted a picture of us with Jay on Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
The people that got it was like, "Are you kidding me?" And I'm like, "Yeah, dude, my life's pretty dope right now. Like, there's some fun stuff happening."
Everyone in this house, me, you, kids, my mom, we know who these people are.
Jasmine's watched Mallrats.
My mom doesn't know who Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes are because of me and Jake.
Yeah,
she knows him because of me, because when I was a teenager, and she's such a wonderful woman that she had no problem with me watching those movies as a teenage Pentecostal girl. She was like, oh, boy, raunchy humor. I like it.
Boy, raunchy humor.
You know, but the fact that, so maybe I'm just talking to people who are older than us. Maybe it's you know, it wasn't their generation that absolutely fell in love with this, but for me and my family, we will watch Kevin Smith movies.
Did you just biblically tie? Did you just misquote Bible for Kevin Smith?
Oh my gosh, is that like a Bible verse?
He would be so honored.
Is that like a Bible verse?
Oh, we just lost at least 15 viewers. Well, listeners, who's watching? Quit looking at us, creeps.
What?
Yeah. No one's seen you do that because they're not watching.
Oh, jeez. But you liked it. You liked when I looked around all sketchy.
I did like that. I do want to say one thing. There is a specific person that listens to every episode of this podcast. I'm not going to get into details or specifics, but I want to let him know if he is listening to this. Chris, I love you, dude. I'm here for you. We heard everything that you're going through. We heard everything that's going on. If you need us for anything at all, bro, please just let us know. We'll do whatever you need. I love you very much, man.
I love you.
No details. Just saying. I want to throw that out there for
I'm giving you hugs through the airwaves.
One of my best friends. I love him dearly. So, yeah.
There's that.
There's that. Yeah. Let's get back on track. We've not been playing any games.
No, we've not.
We've not played any games. We've been we've just been chilling. We've just been chilling. Life's been good. We went to Florida.
Our room's really messy too.
Our room's we went to Florida. I had some killer shows in Florida. Madcap's Comedy Club. Me and AJ Wilkerson. She and the kids came with me. We got this Airbnb.
Yeah.
You know, the thing is, like, Airbnbs, you never know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
Ever. And I dig that.
Yeah.
I like it.
This was great.
Sometimes they're creepy as Hades.
So originally Jake had some dates mixed up, and we thought we were going to be up in Minnesota at the Gutties there, and that's family friendly. So we had already told the kids that they were going to go with us. Well, turned out the dates were messed up, and then we were like, well, we're not going anywhere. And then I was like, oh, hey, we're going to go to Florida with Daddy. So, but that comedy club kids are not allowed at. So me and the kids were just chilling at the Airbnb. It was in Daytona, Florida. Now
my show was in New Smyrna Beach.
It was much warmer than here. However, January on the beach, it was very overcast and windy and everything. So we did run down to the beach and just...
I never did. I never went to the beach
me
the whole time.
Me and the kids did. We just, ran on the beach for a minute. Of course, didn't get in the water because it was like 56, 57 degrees out. But the Airbnb was so awesome because the best part was it was right above a pizza shop.
Yeah, it was
an
apartment above a pizza parlor.
If I could stay, I would stay a week in that Airbnb in like May, and I'd be in heaven.
Yeah, well, we're definitely going to go back. Here's the cool thing is that some people came out to the shows in New Smyrna Beach, and they messaged me and was just like, hey, when you come back, we basically, like, we have a beach house and that we, like, rent out or whatever, and when you come back, you have a free place to stay.
Nice.
So I was like, yep, I will be using that.
But,
no problem.
The great thing about the Airbnb also, we didn't realize how busy of a little area it was.
Oh, we were in the ghetto. We weren't like in the ghetto, but we were like, anyone who goes to like Myrtle Beach or Daytona, like any of these beach towns, know that you've got like the Strip, and then on one side of the Strip is like the beach and everything's pretty nice. But if you go just to the other side of that Strip, it's not like a nice part of town. Like literally just a road
the
up.
Airbnb was super cute. It was super nice.
Yeah,
that guy
the dude did a great job.
Super good care of it.
Yeah.
But
we were right on the Strip. Behind us there was literally right behind us was two strip clubs across the street from each other.
So we didn't know that the first night though, and Jake was gone at the show, and it was really loud and noisy, and it wasn't too big of a deal. But at one point, I came out to yell at the kids because this music was so loud, and I come flying out of the bedroom door, and the boys are like, "It's outside! It's a car! It's a car!" And I was like, "Oh, okay." And the next day is when we found out the strip clubs were behind us, so it made sense that all these, like, because I would look out the window and see these nice cars, like these, I don't know how you describe them, like sporty type cars.
Like BMWs.
With these guys in it and
like
these loud sound systems. And I'm like, what is going on? Now it made sense.
Yeah, they're all going to the strip club.
So the next night, Jasmine comes in. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning. She's like, Mom, how am I supposed to sleep when all these people are talking outside? The music's loud, which the kid wasn't going to sleep anyways. I don't know what she was complaining about. And I was like, well, sorry, Jazz. I said, but you know what's right behind us, right? And she goes, yeah, the strip clubs. What kind of parents bring their kids to an Airbnb by strip clubs? And I'm like, well, we didn't know.
The coolest ones. That's who. You little jerk. Trying to give you some culture.
It was so funny, though.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're going to wrap this up, guys. Thank you so much. We do want to give a shout out to everybody who supports us on Patreon. Mm-hmm. Thank you so much for being amazing. It's great. Like, we love you guys so much. I will tell you this, like, that money, I know that sometimes you're like, oh my gosh, like, why am I giving these people money? They're idiots and they're not even putting out podcasts that much. It does pay for the podcast. It pays for the equipment that we use. And sometimes, honestly, I'm going to be straight up with you, sometimes y'all pay my gas to get to some of these shows. So thank you so much for all of that. We do have some exciting things that are coming up that we've been talking about. One thing is that we have a YouTube channel and we're not utilizing the YouTube channel really. All we're putting up basically is this podcast.
Yeah.
But what we're wanting to do is hopefully sometime in the spring, and again, the Patreon is helping with this. We're going to be basically setting up a small little studio. Chia doesn't really know this very much.
You talked about it. I didn't know you had like time frame in mind.
Yeah, so we have a pretty good camera, and I want to get a couple other things set up to where basically this can be a YouTube show as well. Mm-hmm. You know, we want to get it set up with 2 different cameras and everything. So the Patreon is really helping us kind of, the vision that we have for this show is continuing to grow. So
started with a mic and it's going on to a studio.
It started with 2 of us laying in bed talking into a mic. So
the Patreon though, what they bought.
Yeah, you guys, that's the thing, is like, you guys have been fantastic. We have some ideas about buying basically like a second shed that is going to become an office/studio. And there's a lot of other things kind of in the process. So we do, like, thank you guys so much for supporting the show. Thank you for just sticking with us. And I know that we're not always the most consistent, but you know what you're getting with us. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, we're trying. We're definitely trying, but we do love you guys and we appreciate you guys so much. If you dig the show and you do have a couple bucks to throw out, if you go to patreon.com/laughandbeblessed, there's 3 different tiers that you can do to just help us kind of keep things going and hopefully move in like a bigger, better future for the show. So, again, it's patreon.com/laughandbeblessed. Connect with us on all social media. The best way to really talk with us or give us like topics for shows. Talk to us about the books you're reading. Talk to us about some stuff we love, and you guys haven't been doing it very much, so jump back in there because we love when people go to Jake and Chia's Blessed Ones on Facebook. Is it Jake and Chia Rubel's Blessed Ones? I can't remember. Either way, no idea. If you type in Jake and Chia, you're gonna find
You're right.
it. But yeah, whenever you guys like post like, hey, I read this book and I think you guys would dig it, like to the other people, or if you're like, hey, I'm watching this show or I watched this movie, I'm playing this game, I like comics too. I suck at being a parent too. Like I don't even love my kids. Whatever you guys want to do, like we really, really love when people are more vocal on in the Blessed Ones group. And it's our fault. We've not been like doing a lot of podcasts. And
we've not been doing our part.
Yeah, so we're sorry. Yeah. So let's co-parent. Let us co-parent
this
the site
baby
together.
of a podcast.
It's all of ours, all right? You're like, what is a comedy cult without the leaders?
Right.
You know what I mean? I meant followers. But technically, you're all leading me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's ipso facto, tricked you. I made you guys my leader. So you guys thought that this was going to be a weird comedy cult. Turns out I just wanted dad.
So, it is Jake and Chia Rubels.
Jake and Chia Rubels Blessed Ones on Facebook. If you wanted to catch a show, if you got questions about shows coming up, I did just update my website. There's some new videos on there, a couple quick videos. There's some stuff on there. It's just jakerubel.com, RUBLE. And yeah, that's it. Thank you for everybody who came out to the shows this weekend. Hopefully I see you at a show soon. Check out my website for all that stuff. If you want to see Chia, go break a hip or something. You know, like get hurt and then end up in the rehab. I don't know. I always knew that I'd be with somebody in rehab. I just didn't realize it would be. Yeah, so thank you guys very much. I love you so much, and have a great, wonderful day. Have a good week or 5, however long it takes us to do this again.
And remember, go rescue those books.
Oh, what if I did? What if we did today?
No.
Okay.
Remember to go rescue those books.
Yeah, because whenever you have a book, that is the best way to
just spend time by yourself.
Laugh and be blessed. That's what you're supposed to say. That's where you say the thing.
And as always, remember, laugh and be blessed.
Oh, we didn't. No,
it was off a little bit. Okay. So ready?
3, 2, 1.
Laugh and be blessed.
It doesn't matter.
Laugh and be blessed.
Laugh and be blessed. I said it.
I said it.
I created it.
They're waiting to hear me say it. They want me to be the last ones to speak. All so right. Ready?
As always, please remember.
Laugh and be blessed. Laugh and be blessed.
Are you good? Or do you want to do it again?
Did you just record you saying that?
Say what?
Laugh and be blessed.
What? You didn't answer my thing. You just said it real quick. You're just like, laugh and be blessed.
I said, are you recording this? What we're doing right now?
Yes.
I'm supposed to be the last to speak.
So whenever you think I'm done, you're just like, laugh and be blessed. So I can say anything, and then as soon as I'm done, you're like, laugh and be blessed.
Laugh and be blessed. Ready? Laugh and be blessed.
Yep. That's what you should do. Okay.
Laugh and be blessed.
You can't even say it now. Say the thing. Say what we pay you for.
Laugh and be blessed.
Why did you sound so fake? You sounded so fake. You sounded like you're shooting a commercial. Laugh and be blessed down here at jakerubel.com.
Are you ready?
I don't know. Okay, go ahead.
Matthias was sound asleep when the population played.
What are you doing? Did you just start reading a book? Yes. Gosh. Okay. Seriously. All right, be serious.
Okay.
Stone faced like wolf. What are you doing? You wheezing on me. You're wheezing on me. Stop wheezing on me.
Right.
Okay. Stone faced like wolf.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
All right. 5, 4.
Laugh and be blessed. See, I